Imagine this. The monsoon rains. That incredible life-giving downpour that washes over vast swaths of India, bringing much-needed relief from the oppressive heat.
Yeah, we usually think agriculture, right? Quenching thirsty land.
Exactly. But what if those very same rains weren't just about cooling things down or, irrigating fields? What if they were also uncovering secrets?
Secrets. Like what sort of secret?
Something sparkling, something hidden deep beneath the very earth we walk on.
Ah, okay. It sounds like something out of a legend, doesn't it? A story from an ancient text, maybe?
It really does.
But for certain parts of India, specifically in Andhra Pradesh and spilling over into parts of Telangana, this isn't a myth at all. It's a very real annual thing. The monsoon diamond rush.
A diamond rush driven by rain.
Precisely. During these crucial months, what just look like ordinary fields or maybe dry riverbeds, they transform. They become these bustling sites of, well, intense hope and tireless ambition.
Right.
You get hundreds, sometimes thousands of people heading there.
Okay, this sounds fascinating. Let's unpack this because it seems like a really unique phenomenon.
It absolutely is.
Our mission for this deep dive, then, is to really understand this captivating blend of nature's raw power and that enduring human spirit of enterprise and dreams. We're going to get into the unique geology that makes this possible, journey through its rich history, centuries of it, and then land in the present day to look at this modern treasure hunt.
And the implications, too, right? The economics, the environmental side,
Yeah.
it's all connected.
Absolutely crucial. We need to explore those vital economic and environmental implications that shape the whole saga. So basically, we're here to give you a shortcut to being well-informed about this sparkling story. Let's dig in.
Let's do it. So this annual unveiling, it's completely tied to the monsoon season, usually June through September, give or take.
Right, the main rainy season.
Exactly. And as those heavy, persistent rains come down, they do way more than just water the plants. The sheer force of the water, it literally washes away layers of topsoil, sediment, loose dirt.
Strips it away.
In specific areas, yeah. It progressively exposes what lies hidden underneath. It's almost like nature is carefully cleaning a canvas, to reveal what's hidden.
And these aren't just random spots, I take it. You mentioned specific areas.
No, not random at all. We're talking about specific, almost legendary locations that become these temporary treasure troves.
Like where?
Places like Vajrakarur and Antipur district.
Yeah.
And then Jonnagiri, Tuggali, and Maddikera, those are all in Kohinoor district.
The names themselves sound kind of adventurous. Is there something special about the geology there? Why those places?
You've hit on a key point. Understanding why these precise locations is fascinating. Because these aren't places where diamonds are being mined directly from, like the original volcanic rock.
Ah, okay. Not primary mines.
No. What the monsoon reveals are what geologists call alluvial deposits.
Alluvial, meaning moved by water.
Exactly. To really get it, you have to picture this incredibly long journey. Diamonds form super deep underground, maybe 150 to 200 kilometers down. Immense pressure, immense heat. Then, ancient volcanic activity brought them up closer to the surface through what are called kimberlite pipes. Think of them like nature's express elevators for diamonds, but they haven't been active for millions of years.
So these diamonds have just been sitting closer to the surface, locked in rock, for ages.
Pretty much. And over countless millennia, weathering, wind, rain, temperature changes, breaks down that kimberlite rock. It gradually releases the diamonds.
Okay, I see.
Then the monsoon. The sheer power of those rains swells the rivers and streams, reshapes the whole landscape, carves new paths, churns up sediment.
And brings those diamonds out.
It brings them closer, yeah. They get washed into gravel beds, floodplains, river channels, just waiting. And then the rains wash away the layers hiding them. It's like a natural sorting process. The heavier diamonds tend to settle in particular spots.
That sets the stage perfectly for the human element. You mentioned fortune seekers. What does that actually look like on the ground? Is it big machinery or?
No, not at all. And that's what makes it so compelling. It's almost entirely artisanal, small scale.
Artisanal, meaning by hand.
Yes. These fortune seekers, often from, quite poor rural communities, they arrive with the simplest tools imaginable. Usually just sieves, maybe some spatulas, basic shovels. That's it.
Seriously? Sieves and spatulas to find diamonds?
That's the reality.
Yeah.
You spend their days patiently, painstakingly, sifting through mud and gravel. Picture dawn breaking over these soaking fields, not with tractors, but with the sound of spades scraping, water swishing as people wash their finds.
That's quite an image. Must be incredibly hard work.
It's incredibly labor-intensive. And it's driven almost entirely by raw hope. Can you imagine the feeling, the tension, the sheer possibility of turning a patch of mud into a life-changing discovery with just a sieve?
It sounds like a lottery ticket, but one you have to work incredibly hard for.
Exactly. It's not just about finding a stone, it's witnessing this amazing human capacity for perseverance against, well, very long odds. It's a living example of the pull of hope that fuels so many informal economies around the world. Makes you ask, what does value even mean when it's dug out of the mud by sheer grit?
It really does. And thinking about this as a modern hunt is amazing, but this region, Andhra Pradesh, it has this incredibly deep history with diamonds, right? It's not
Oh,
new.
absolutely not new. Andhra Pradesh has a centuries-old diamond legacy. It's actually one of the oldest diamond-producing regions globally.
Wow.
This isn't some recent discovery. It's deeply rooted in the history, the very fabric of the land. Historically, this area was a major global supplier of diamonds.
And not just any diamonds. We're talking connections to some of the most famous, some of the most legendary gems in the world.
That's right. The famed Color Mine, for instance, on the south bank of the Krishna River. It's historically linked to finding incredible diamonds like the Hope Diamond.
The Hope Diamond.
Seriously?
Seriously. And the Darya Noor, another massive, famous pink diamond. And there's even a strong possibility, though, historians debate the exact origin that the legendary Kohinoor might have come from this region, too.
The Kohinoor. Good grief. These are stones that have been crowned symbols of immense power, maybe even changed the course of empires. And they potentially came from these very riverbeds and fields. It creates this direct historical thread, doesn't it? Connecting ancient empires that craved these gems to the modern villagers searching today.
That's incredible.
And what's fascinating is that even though large-scale industrial diamond mining has mostly shifted elsewhere in India, like Dapana in Madhya Pradesh, this monsoon rush keeps that ancient tradition vividly alive.
So the people doing it today are almost like carrying on the work of their ancestors.
In a very real sense, yes. They're connecting directly to those practices, using similar low-tech methods, searching the same kinds of areas, riverbeds, floodplains that have yielded treasures for literally millennia. It's a living heritage.
Does that connection, that history, influence how people approach it today? Is there a sense of tradition, maybe?
I think it does, in subtle ways. There's definitely a kind of collective understanding, almost an inherited knowledge about where to look, maybe what signs the land might give, and certainly respect for the sheer luck involved.
Luck must be a huge factor.
Huge. Many miners camp out for weeks, sharing what little they have, their dreams, fueled by this collective hope. You also see local superstitions, sometimes rituals, maybe prayers or offerings, before starting the day's search. It shows the cultural depth, but also the profound uncertainty.
So it's competitive, but maybe communal, too.
Exactly. A unique blend. Everyone knows the odds are long.
So let's fast forward again to today. When the monsoon hits and you get hundreds, maybe thousands of people descending on these areas, what does that scene actually look like? Is it just chaos?
It gets incredibly busy, yeah. During the peak season, it's bustling. It really does feel a bit like those historical gold rushes you read about. A constant high of activity.
Who are these people? Mostly locals.
A mix. Plenty of locals who live nearby, definitely. But also people drawn from outside the immediate area, lured by the stories, by the hope. They converge on these known sites. You see them digging into the wet earth, often setting up little makeshift camps right there.
And the atmosphere.
Oh, it's thick with the smell of damp earth. You hear the rhythmic sound of shovels hitting gravel, the murmur of conversations, and then punctuated by shouts, Excitement, maybe disappointment.
And the process itself, you said sieves and spatulas. How on earth do they actually spot a diamond in all that mud and rock? It must be like finding a needle in a haystack.
It absolutely is painstaking work. It takes immense patience and a really, really sharp eye. The basic process involves maybe 3 steps. First, dig up the gravel and soil, usually from riverbeds or places where water runs off heavily.
Right.
Then they sift it, often using coarse sieves, just to get rid of the bigger rocks and junk.
Right.
Finally, the crucial part, washing. They take the remaining soil and gravel to a stream or even just a puddle and wash it. The water helps separate the lighter stuff from the heavier minerals.
And diamonds are heavy.
Relatively heavy, yes.
No.
So they tend to settle at the bottom. But identifying one from, say, a shiny piece of quartz, that takes experience. Diamonds have this distinctive luster, a unique sparkle. They call it adamantine. And, of course, they're incredibly hard.
Do they test them somehow?
Some do. Many carry small magnifying glasses to get a closer look. And yeah, some might do a simple scratch test carefully, trying to scratch a piece of glass with a stone. If it scratches glass easily, that's a strong sign it might be a diamond. But it's easy for an untrained eye to get fooled.
So all that incredibly hard work.
Yeah.
What's a typical payoff? Are people striking it rich left and right, or is it mostly smaller finds?
The value varies hugely, and the hard reality is most miners find nothing significant or maybe nothing at all day after day,
Hmm.
but it's the potential that keeps them going.
Okay, so what's average, if there is such a thing?
Well, when a diamond is found, it's often worth around, say, 1 lakh to euro 2 lakh. That's roughly 1,200 to 2,400 US dollars.
Which in that rural context is still a lot of money, right?
Oh, absolutely. For communities where average incomes are much, much lower, that's a substantial sum. It can cover family needs, maybe medical bills, pay off debts, maybe even start a tiny business. It makes a real difference.
But then there are the big ones, the legends.
Yes. Those are the truly rare, life-changing discoveries that fuel the whole thing. For instance, just this year, 2024, there was a report of a miner in Tuggali finding a 5-carat diamond.
5 carats, what's that worth?
It was valued at an astonishing euro 50 lakh. That's over $60,000 US.
Wow, from a muddy field, that's incredible.
It's enough to build a house, clear all debts, start a proper business. It completely transforms lives. It can pull a family out of generations of poverty in one go.
And if you look at the collective impact, adding up all the finds, big and small, the economic significance for these areas must be huge, like a whole seasonal economy popping up.
It really is a significant economic engine, even though it's mostly informal. Getting solid numbers is hard, but unofficial estimates suggest that areas like Maddikera and Tuggali alone might see seasonal finds reaching up to 5 crore.
5 crore, that's around $600,000 USD.
Roughly, yes. In just those areas, in one season. It's a critical economic boost, a genuine lifeline for many families who depend on that potential income. It's this cycle, isn't it? Hope, then despair, then maybe exhilaration. Every shovel full holds that possibility.
Imagine finding that stone.
Yeah. One day you're enduring the rain, sifting mud, the next. You're holding a different future in your hand. It's a powerful story of perseverance, luck, and just the raw impact of nature's hidden gifts.
Okay, this whole operation sounds amazing, but it also, well, it immediately brings up some questions, doesn't it?
Sure.
What about the challenges? Is this all perfectly legal and regulated, or is it more complex?
You've definitely hit on a critical point there.
Yeah.
While it's undeniable that this seasonal rush provides a vital economic lifeline, especially given those kinds of potential values,
Yeah.
a huge chunk of this mining is informal.
Informal meaning, unlicensed, off the books.
Pretty much. Many miners operate without official permits.
Yeah.
Partly because it's so scattered, so spontaneous, it's hard to regulate effectively.
Sure.
And often the diamonds found are sold directly to local traders.
Through informal networks, I guess.
Exactly. Not through official regulated channels.
Which means the state is losing out on revenue, right? Taxes, royalties.
Absolutely. That's a big one. And there's limited oversight on the quality, the ethical sourcing, even the exact origin of these diamonds once they hit the wider market.
Does the government try to regulate it at all?
Well, the state government does issue licenses for some specific areas, but during the peak monsoon, with so many people spread out over large areas, enforcement is minimal at best. It's just very difficult.
So this informal nature creates problems. Lost revenue for the state, less transparency in the diamond supply chain.
Exactly. That lack of transparency can be a concern for the bigger regulated diamond industry, too, especially now with the focus on ethical sourcing. One of the sort of unseen costs here, beyond just lost tax money, is how it might affect the reputation of Indian diamonds globally if they can't be easily traced.
That makes sense. And what about the environmental side? All that digging, all that sifting, year after year, especially if the land isn't put back right. That must take a toll.
It absolutely does. That's the other major concern. While each individual miner's impact might seem small, you add it all up. And cumulatively, it leads to significant soil erosion.
Washing away good topsoil needed for farming later.
Yes, and it causes localized water contamination too. Silt and sediment get washed into streams and rivers.
Which can't be good for fish or anything living in the water.
No, it can choke riverbeds, alter the whole ecosystem, and a crucial point is that many miners don't restore the land afterwards. They dig pits, sift the soil, and move on. So fields can be left scarred, unproductive.
Affecting farming long term.
Yes, and potentially even affecting groundwater recharge. So it's a classic case where understandable short-term individual needs can unfortunately lead to long-term environmental damage for the whole community.
So it really is this difficult balancing act then.
It is.
On one hand, you've got immediate really crucial economic benefits for people who desperately need them just to survive, maybe thrive a little.
Yeah, you can't ignore that reality.
Yeah. But on the other hand, you have these serious concerns about environmental sustainability, the lack of regulation, lost revenue. How do you even begin to weigh those two things, especially when people's livelihoods are directly tied to this?
That is the core dilemma, isn't it?
Oh.
And there are no easy answers. It's a problem you see in many resource-rich but economically developing regions globally.
True.
What makes it maybe particularly sharp here is that direct, visible link between immediate poverty relief and potential long-term environmental harm. It's like a small-scale version of a huge global challenge. It forces really tough conversations about supporting livelihoods while also protecting the environment everyone depends on. Difficult ethical trade-offs.
Looking ahead then, what's the future hold for this sparkling saga? Is there potential for even more diamonds, maybe finding them in a more organized way?
There's definitely potential, yes.
I agree.
Recent surveys by the Geological Survey of India, the GSI, they've actually identified new diamond potential in the region.
Potential.
Specifically, they've pinpointed more kimberlite pipes, those primary source rocks, in areas like Kadapa district.
Ah, so not just the alluvial diamonds washed out by the rain, but finding the actual source rock underground.
Exactly. Which suggests the possibility of, well, potentially many more diamonds still locked away deep underground in their original geological setting.
That sounds like it could be a real game changer for the region's economy long term.
It could be, potentially. In fact, plans were announced back in 2022 to actually auction mining leases for these newly identified primary source areas.
Auction leases, so for proper mining companies to come in.
That seems to be the idea. If these plans go ahead and lead to larger-scale organized mining operations, it could definitely transform the local economy. You'd expect more stable, formal jobs, maybe better infrastructure, and significant revenue for the state.
But I guess that kind of big mining operation comes with its own set of issues, right? It's not just showing up with a sieve anymore.
Oh, absolutely. It's a completely different ballgame. Transitioning to large-scale mining needs huge investment, serious money, and highly specialized expertise.
And environmental concerns on a bigger scale, too.
Definitely. Plus social considerations. Managing a much larger environmental footprint, dealing with potential displacement of communities, making sure the benefits actually flow back to the local people and not just, external companies. It needs incredibly careful planning and execution.
So the fundamental question remains, whether it's informal searching or large-scale mining.
Precisely. It comes back to that core challenge we discussed. How do you truly balance economic growth, the drive for resources, with environmental protection and social sustainability? That question hangs over the whole region.
It's such a powerful and, deeply human story, isn't it? This monsoon diamond rush in Andhra Pradesh. It's this unique mix of nature's raw power, centuries of history still echoing, and just that relentless human spirit of enterprise, perseverance, and hope.
It really is.
It's a remarkable reminder that sometimes the greatest treasures aren't found in huge industrial sites, but maybe in the simplest acts of patience and sheer grit, just following the rhythm of the seasons.
Indeed. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Beyond the actual diamonds, what other hidden opportunities or maybe overlooked resources might be out there, waiting to be revealed? In different parts of the world, maybe even in our own lives.
That's when only we knew how to look.
Yeah, if only we understood the patterns, the history, and had the right tools, whatever those might be, and maybe just enough patience to uncover them.
And it certainly forces us to think about those broader implications, doesn't it? Balancing our ambitions with the planet and the well-being of local communities. A truly sparkling thought, for sure. And one that resonates far beyond those fields in Andhra Pradesh.